Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. Man, fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do? You know
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Leroy the Judgmental podcast,
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
and I'm Leroy. All right, so we going to another viral video, Lynchburg, Virginia, where Alaila Everett, I don't know how to pronounce her name, a IC Norcom High School student, was charged with assault after a viral incident on where she hit Brookville Jr. Kaelen Tucker in the back of her head with a baton at a track and field event. Here's the report.
Credit Union. All right, hi everybody. Welcome into the Sports Desk. The indoor track and field season came to an end at Tuesday over at Liberty University for class.
Man, look like he's supposed to work at Home Depot or something, not on the TV doing sports.
Class 3. But for one Brookville runner, the end to her season came a little earlier than expected thanks to a vicious in-race attack. Now she and her family want to know why. There's no doubt Kaelen Tucker loves running track for Brookville High School.
I'm very competitive, so I like racing against people or like winning a title and stuff like that.
Already in the Class 3 state finals at LU, Tucker set a new meet record in the 55-meter dash. Now things were looking good for the Bees Junior in the 4x200. Her mother, Tamara Tucker, had a front row seat to the action.
We're used to watching her just pick up where there's any slack. So as she was coming through the curve, I was like, I'll tell my husband, I say, she's doing what she do. She's just gonna be all right. They're gonna get back where they need to be.
So on the back
What'd you say?
Tomorrow.
curve, I had
You
kind
see
of
her
got
name?
cut
Yeah, I seen it.
off.
You want me to go back?
No, it was the mom named Tomorrow.
Yeah.
When I tried to pass it the first time. So I let her go ahead. So I knew like when I got fully on the curve that I was just gonna have to push through and pass her.
Then out of turn 4, a strike with
She
the
said boop, and it ain't have nothing to do with her damn hair. The hair was stuck in a baton and all that.
Baton getting stuck under her shirt and hitting her a few times. She cranked that sucker back and whacked her right upside her head.
Mm-hmm.
metal
Pass
baton
this.
to Tucker's head sends her reeling. Officials immediately disqualified the team from IC Norcom, but the damage was done.
I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock. Like everyone's texting me, checking up on me, and I appreciate that. But like, I'm still trying to take it all in. I can't believe it happened.
Tucker's now dealing with the effects of a concussion and a possible skull fracture. Now all the Tuckers want is an apology and an explanation.
Why did you do it, and why haven't you apologized yet?
Now, Tamara Tucker says she spoke to the VHSL on the phone today, who says they are investigating the incident. I've reached out to the VHSL as well to ask about their investigation. We have not heard back from them as of yet. Now, in addition, the Tuckers say they reached out to both the parent of the runner who hit Kaelen and the IC Norcom athletic director, who both apologized on that student's behalf, but nothing on the day of the event. Kaelen Tucker says she hopes to be back and ready for the outdoor track season.
Now here's an interview with Alaila Everett.
Come to bullshit.
This is that's the one who hit the girl with the baton. Here we go.
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a...
It ain't no side, ma'am. We see that young girl had that baton in her hand and whacked that girl in the back of the head, and we've seen 1,000 track and field events, and we've never seen anything like that happen before. Her emotions got out of control, and she hit her in the head with the baton because she was mad that the girl was passing it. Right.
Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alaila Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 On Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings.
There's more to the story, folks, just like what we talked about.
Bullshit.
So you're
She's smiling as she's telling it.
but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Alaila Everett
What the fuck
is
is
a
that supposed to mean? You're mentally hurt, but you're not thinking about my mentals. What?
decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn.
They're going off of one angle.
Alaila visibly emotional because of this
No,
video
girl,
from
I
the
seen her
meet.
change.
This was a 4x200-meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
If you notice, she even twisted her waist, like, you know what I mean, to get some more fucking force behind that joint.
Yes.
I was hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alaila says it was accidental.
No, like you said, she made a turn like the strike, like you would hit a baseball. Yeah, she turned to strike. I can understand it getting caught in her hair, but her arm would have been in at the same pace, like she was pumping. But like you said, she cocked her arm back and threw a strike. Look, man, if that was my daughter, I'd be like, no interviews. don't do no damn interviews.
She's not doing no interviews. I wouldn't let her. But I would interview, and I would be like, I apologize for my daughter. You know what I mean? Mistakes happen. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean to do it. Maybe her, emotions got the best of her. You know what I mean? But see, I would have ran on the field and checked on that girl and all that shit. So I would have, you'd have saw some remorse.
Right.
Know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alaila.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alaila, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive.
Full of shit. This girl didn't cut in front of her until she got busted upside the head. Right. You got the inside lane, so why are you hugging the outside line? You should be hugging the inside line because that's what makes it easier for you to get around that corner.
Right.
Blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
Thank your daughter for that.
My character.
Don't be sitting there, now y'all acting just like her and shit.
Ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
VHSL says they are still reviewing the situation, and Portsmouth Public School says they will support whatever ruling comes from the league. Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
Well, they charged Alaila Everett with assault, but like you said, with the Detroit incident, nothing's going to happen to that young lady.
But I think the school's track team should be suspended for a year from competing. They gotta let them know that like this shit can't happen again.
Right. We going to West Memphis, Arkansas, where 29-year-old Kenneth Cawley, a teacher at Wonder Junior High, is charged with third-degree battery after getting into a fight with an 8th grade student. Now, see, the young teachers, they bang the students. The young female teachers, they bang the students. The young male teachers, they'll just whoop a kid's ass like they out on the street. So here we go. They ain't too far in ages. Hey, you 8th grade. How old are you in 8th grade? 13? 14?
Something like that.
And he 29, so they about what, 12, 13 years apart. They ain't that far in age. Shit. And the 8th grader was talking a whole bunch tonight, the 8th grader was talking a whole bunch of shit. So here we go.
Memphis junior high school teacher is arrested and accused of initiating a fight with an 8th grade student. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst. Stephanie is off tonight. We first reported this last week, and now that student's mother is talking with WRG's Brian Didlake, telling him she won't stop fighting for her son.
He's not saying much. It's like he's not himself. So
he was saying a whole bunch of shit that day.
Where's the learned respect that you're supposed to pick up from home? This kid going to school disrespecting and fighting teachers and shit like that.
They referred him to some counseling.
Kadaria Watkins says that's the reality her son is facing after getting into a fight with this West Memphis teacher, 29-year-old Kenneth Cawley. Cawley is charged with third-degree battery and falsifying a report.
Everything played out.
Just tell the truth. I mean, you're going to get in trouble anyway, but at least you won't have that extra on.
Right.
how it's supposed to be.
And Kaelen now on administrative leave, according to West Memphis schools. Investigators pointing to Kaelen as being the agitator of the fight between him and the teenage boy, after Kaelen tried talking with the teen for using a vape pen. In an arrest report.
Well, damn, he 13, 14 and vaping already? Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that that teacher was the aggressor. I think the young man had said something to him and he said something back.
Yep.
Looking at
got suspended for having a vape in the school, period.
Exactly. And looking at the mom, this is probably a big kid too.
Investigators go back and forth between two videos showcasing the incident. At first, investigators say a lower quality video appears to show the Wander Junior High student being the aggressor, bumping into Kaelen as the two were heading into a school office. But that perception appears to have changed with a new video of better quality. An officer saying they see Kaelen bumping into the student first, with the arguing starting soon after.
No, so all of a sudden, this teacher is going to just bump a kid like that? Nah.
Investigators say Kaelen could be heard using profanity and calling the student a whiner. The team replies, but it's hard to understand, and Kaelen can be heard allegedly threatening the 8th grader with a whooping. That's when officers say the two fought until another staff member broke it up.
There's something happened before all this.
The kid is a bad kid, but my thing is, why everything the teacher say is clear as day, but everything the boys say ineligible, couldn't understand what he was saying, all that type of shit.
Right. And then what happened before all this new video came out? And it's a school, so it should be cameras everywhere.
They called me this morning and told me that they made arrests.
Okay, because
She's lying! She's lying!
During
Hear that?
our interview, one man in a truck calling Watkins and her son liars.
I'm not even worried about that. But my
hey, look, even a man in the truck driving by believe what we were saying.
You know what's up?
Yep. Yeah,
I
man.
think when these kids are cutting up in school like that, they should be expelled from the school, and they should be on the parent to find them an alternative school that would accept them. And if you don't put them in school, then you're going to be charged. Simple as that. Nobody should have to deal with these badass kids in school.
concern is my child and the way he feels and his well-being. I'm not worried about the backlash. I mean, I'm a big girl. I can handle all that.
Watkins
sure is.
says her son's future at the junior high is unclear.
At this
goddamn school look like a damn mall. Look how big that school is.
point, I don't know if I'm gonna take him out the district and put him somewhere else. I don't know, but I want him to be safe.
They read that report that he was fighting and vaping, smoking in class. Ain't nobody going to let his ass come to their school.
Exactly.
West Memphis, Brian Ditlake for your news leader, WREG, News Channel 3.
We'll continue to follow that case.
High vaping in class. That don't even make sense. How did you get the vape?
Right.
Because you got to be 21 to get that shit.
Yes. Somebody had to get it for him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we going to our favorite, South Fulton, Georgia, home of Mayor Colby and a dog. Here we got Sandria Richburg is charged with animal cruelty after video shows her stabbing a dog. Here's the report. And this is full of shit, too. I looked at this one before, but this is a full of shit. They're full of shit, but here we go.
Video of the deadly encounter that happened during the morning.
And shout out to our girl, Courtney Bryan.
Morning commute has been making the rounds online.
Fox 5's Joy Duke spoke exclusively with the owner of the dog that was killed. She joins us now at the live desk with more. Joy, it's just terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. Russ Courtney, Sandria Richburg.
And shout out to Joy Dukes also.
And her dog are both in Fulton County custody tonight. She's charged with aggravated animal cruelty for what police say is one of the worst cases of animal violence they've seen. We do want to warn you, the video may be difficult to watch.
And why are you showing it?
Look at the dog. Look at the dog. The dog is bleeding.
Video from the morning of March 3rd shows
Dog got his
chaos
ass beat, huh?
unfolding in South Fulton. A concerned citizen stops traffic and starts recording at the sight of a dog bleeding on the side of Butner Road.
Violence out of nowhere.
Fulton County Police Captain Nicole Dwyer says that violence was at the hands of this woman, 43-year-old Chandria Richburg, and her dog, a double XL pit bull, who'd been involved in a vicious fight with a neighbor's dog just moments before. The encounter was captured on Ring camera video.
It shows Richburg walking her pit bull on Butner Road when an English bulldog crosses the street and approaches them.
That's the kind of dog I want. The dog
That ain't
stabbed.
That dog came over there looking for a fight and got his ass kicked. This is why be in jail for that.
Exactly. That's why I said it's bullshit.
Why is that dog not on the leash? Where's their owner at?
And you can't say that she wasn't. The dog was her dog was doing this and that. She's walking the dog on a leash. The dog came up to her and attacked her dog, and she defended it by stabbing the dog. Right. Now, if I had a dog and I was taking it for a walk, I would have my knife on me too, or a bat or something, or a stick. I would have something on me too, because them dogs here, the people that won't have these dogs won't have a leash on them, they'll attack your dog. Well, I told you that happened to Stacy. Well, you was there when she had told the story about the dog attacking her. The same shit.
Richburg's pit bull immediately attacks.
Shortly after, police say Richburg stabbed the dog with a kitchen knife 7 times.
It had been stabbed in the head, neck, back, and genitals.
This woman we've agreed not to identify for safety reasons says the French bulldog in that video was her son's emotional.
Look at that. That's a good looking dog.
Her son's emotional dog. Then why ain't nobody watching him? Why ain't on the leash?
And I thought about how
supposed to be on the job, giving somebody some emotional support, not over there fighting.
And I thought about how you were saying about the Jeep girl when she said that the dog was an emotional support dog, and you said it wasn't. Same shit here.
Yep.
Dexter, he died at an emergency vet's office.
I just never expected it to be so disturbing that somebody could do this.
She says a storm.
What's she supposed to do? Just let him fight?
Right. So let's just say
that dog would have won.
Exactly. Now the lady will have to take the dog to the vet, and you know how expensive that shit is. If her dog got hurt,
his ass across the street or been on the leash.
Right.
Gate open, allowing Dexter to escape.
It broke my heart. It brought me to tears because, yes, he shouldn't have done that, but there's history there. That we've had run-ins with this dog since 2020.
Fulton County Police say Richburg's dog has been connected to 8 other documented attacks, one of them fatal. She was arrested at her home on Monday.
Don't try it. Now they're trying to say that her dog been in other incidents, but on this incident, the dog is on a leash. Right. So it ain't no excuse.
Don't bring up old shit. We talking about what's going on right now.
Right.
And is being held at the Fulton County Jail without bond.
Damn, she shouldn't even be in jail. That's some bullshit.
Exactly.
And
I'm like, look, she defended her dog against a dog that was attacking her dog. The dog ran across the street and jumped on her dog.
Yep.
And she stabbed it. I don't see. Like I said, if I had a dog and I was taking it for a walk, I would have my knife on me too. Or a stick or something.
I probably wouldn't have nothing, but if a dog came running like that, I probably would kick the dog like a damn football. And if the dog get his ribs cracked or something, you think I'm paying for it? You're out of your mind. You should have been watching your dog.
Police say given the dog's history of attacks, it could be euthanized depending on a judge's ruling when this goes to court.
So they're going to kill a dog for nothing.
For defending itself.
Right.
That dog ran up over there ready to fight.
Exactly.
Says she plans to get a restraining order against Richburg. At the live desk, Joy Dukes, Fox 5 News.
I walk dogs every day. I've never seen somebody walk a dog with a kitchen knife. It's just really hard.
Shut up, man. They don't walk around with it in their hand.
I'm like, shit. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, well, shit, I have my knife on me too.
Most of them have a knife, pepper spray, something, but you don't see it in your hand. You know what I mean? He's talking stupid here.
Right. All right, we stayed at Atlanta, Georgia. Walter Johnson, an Atlanta City permit I'm laughing at this one because I've seen this one also. Has been arrested from forgery, identity theft, making false statements, and death by taking. The Atlanta Police Department says the well-known businessman stole his wife's notary stamp and used it to forge permit documents. Here's the report. I don't believe that he stole it, but here we go.
Turn now to a Fox 5 exclusive. A businessman with a long history at Atlanta City Hall is behind bars tonight, accused of forgery, identity theft, and making false statements.
Walter Jordan processes permits and liquor licenses for businesses at a faster pace. But now Atlanta police have accused
Faster pace sounds like bullshit to me anyway.
him of stealing equipment from his own wife and using it fraudulently. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has the details.
It definitely was a shocker. Based on what Atlanta police described to me, it was way bigger than me, and it had been going on for some time. I had no idea.
What Daphne Jordan was stunned by are allegations against her estranged husband, City Hall expediter Walter Jordan. Jordan once owned Dogwood Restaurant Consultant Group. The business moves permits and liquor license applications through City Hall expeditiously for businesses who don't want to deal with all the red tape. Fox 5 highlighted him as a non-traditional Morris Brown College student back in 2022.
I have my consulting firm, my restaurant consulting firm, as well as Slush Restaurant on Edgewood. But it's nothing like having that piece of paper.
Slush Restaurant has since closed. Atlanta police have now charged the 54-year-old with forgery, identity theft, and other charges for allegedly stealing his wife's notary stamp and using it, plus forging her name on alcohol applications.
Bullshit, that's what they do, but he got caught.
So he probably was getting fucking broken off under the table.
Yes.
I get this paperwork authorized for you.
Yeah, and he don't have the notary certification, but his wife do. So
Right.
he just used hers. He ain't steal it from her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he do. That's their thing.
That probably was their thing until she probably got mad at him.
Right. And then all this going to red tape, getting your liquor license and stuff easy. This all automatically sounds like some swindling shit.
Well, it's like anything. It's like even with the passport. Let's say the passport take, I don't know, a month to get. You have these other companies that you can fucking get it expedited if you pay them extra $200, shit like that.
Right.
So they push it along faster than the normal route.
Daphne Jordan says she has fully cooperated with police.
It was a combination of, yes, my stamp was used, no, that's not my signature, and/or I wasn't even in town on that day.
The owner of Harold's Bar and Grill at Camp Creek Park.
He done cheated on that woman.
It probably was something like, look, they got us, babe. One of us going down, so I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet on this. Hold it down while I go away, because somebody going down.
Hired Jordan to secure his liquor license. But Robert Layton says Jordan dropped the ball. He went before the License and Review Board in December for a failure to renew hearing.
We was dealing with a handler, Walter Jordan. So he came into the facility, picked up the payment, but unfortunately, I don't think he made the payment.
So he didn't expedite it fast enough, huh?
Probably got jammed up while he's supposed to be working on my man shit.
Yep.
Your team?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, so did he return the funds?
No, he didn't.
Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Mr. Jordan's attorney is responding tonight saying, quote, this matter is still in the early stages of investigation and my office has not received any evidence to substantiate any of the claims. Mr. Jordan categorically denies all allegations.
Oh, bullshit. Your wife said that she wasn't there. So ain't no use of denying it. You did the shit.
She ain't breaking up with him, so that means they was in cahoots. You just got to bite the bullet on that one.
Mm-hmm. All right, we going to Baltimore, Maryland. We got a street entrepreneur here. We got Lauren Smith, at the Baltimore City school police officer and state champion football coach, was arrested on charges of overtime fraud and tax violations. Now, we already mentioned with the Jeffrey Madry how police officers beat up the clock. Now, here's the perfect example right here. A whole nother state doing the same thing. Here's the report.
It's now been more than a year since Lawrence Smith was arrested and appeared before a judge inside the U.S. federal courthouse in downtown Baltimore. This coming spring, he's scheduled to be back in court before a judge and a jury.
This is the video that rocked Baltimore City. Baltimore City Schools police detective and 8-time state champion football coach Lawrence Smith leaving the U.S. federal courthouse after being arrested.
You want to say something to your players, Coach?
Good example, bad example, what? Smith is accused of tax violations and using police overtime pay to fraudulently obtain more than $215,000 taxpayer dollars. According to federal court records, his jury trial has now been scheduled for May 12th, 2025. If convicted, he faces decades in prison. The indictment alleges what Project Baltimore first reported 8 months prior to Smith's arrest, that he was logging police overtime when he appeared not to be working. We
Tearing that clock up, huh?
found Facebook Live videos that appear to show Smith driving a boat on the Chesapeake Bay, coaching football, or on vacation when his overtime form said he was working.
Now he old enough to know not to be on no damn social media like that, going on Facebook showing pictures of you on a boat, and you didn't put in that you was working. You should know better than that.
He's trying to brag and shit. Like he could have just kept it low key and been chilling.
Right.
Project Baltimore investigated Smith's overtime earnings. We uncovered other potential issues concerning how your tax dollars are being spent. But once Smith was arrested, city schools quit answering many of our questions or releasing records, saying it didn't want to compromise the federal investigation. As a result, there are still significant questions that remain unanswered.
Question 1. If Smith is found guilty, will the supervisors who signed off on his overtime forms also be held accountable?
Of course they should. If he wasn't working, that goes to show you, like we talked about, they all in cahoots about beating up the clock.
And that's why he's not going to get too jammed up, because if you jam him up too hard, everybody got to go down with him.
Right.
When a city schools officer submits an overtime form, it's approved and signed by multiple supervisors. Fox 45 News obtained 857 of Smith's overtime forms.
My vision is one with the 21st century model of cultural transparency and accountability.
This is Lieutenant Danina White in a 2022 City Schools promotional video. White signed 659 of Smith's overtime forms. Lieutenant Alfonso Small signed
all these guys is getting in trouble.
462.
They probably signing. He probably giving them a kickback.
Yep.
Many were for overtime Smith claimed to work at COVID sites in the city during the pandemic. In analyzing Smith's overtime forms, we found stretches of time where he claimed to be working on average nearly 13 hours a day, 7 days a week for 42 straight days. Did those?
Oh no, he should have. See, that goes to show you how they all in cahoots with each other. Because somebody would, one of them supervisors would have said something to him about that.
That's a quick ass red flag to get people on your ass.
Exactly. Ain't all this working in the world 7 days a week. No.
So he was getting 13 hours extra every day?
Yep.
No, that's crazy.
Raise any red flags at North Avenue? Had city schools just looked at Smith's Facebook page like we did, they would have found many instances where he claimed to be working when it appears he was not. Question 2.
You an older gray-haired man. You should know better than be on Facebook doing that stuff like that. And you sitting there beating up the clock. Why would you do something like that?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the nearly 500,000 taxpayer dollars paid to city schools police officers during the COVID pandemic that was never reimbursed by the city? Project Baltimore last year obtained this list of police overtime reimbursements that city schools filed with Baltimore City. From July 2020 to July 2021, city schools police officers worked more than $480,000 worth of overtime that was never reimbursed. The school system paid the officers for the overtime, but the city never paid North Avenue back.
You have not received reimbursement?
It has not been received by the finance department.
Last year, we tried to get answers from Mayor Brandon Scott, who said the district never submitted the reimbursement.
Have you talked to the school system about this? Because they're saying that they put in the reimbursement.
I'm going to say what I said to you one more time. If we receive it, we'll pay it.
We also question city schools.
I just simply want to know why $500,000 in police overtime has not been reimbursed to the school system. You know the answer. I don't know why you're not telling me.
How do you know I know the answer?
You as in the school system know the answer.
But North Avenue
don't you work for the school? Then you should know.
Our questions. And now a year later, we still have not received an answer.
What are you going to tell your players?
We're told because the district does not want to compromise the federal investigation into Lawrence Smith.
We will continue to follow the criminal case against Lawrence Smith as it makes its way through the court system. If the charges do go to trial, Fox 45 will be in court, where hopefully we will get some answers to these questions. I'm Chris Pabst, and this is Project Baltimore.
Go ahead and tear that clock up. Street entrepreneur there. Get off of social media that you riding boats and going on vacation and all that stuff. When you already put down you supposed to be working. He should know better than that. If you put overtime for damn 7 days a week like that, when you got time to be riding boats? You can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube at pnljudgementals, Instagram at _judgementals. Or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. Sorry, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
That's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track.